Hello, everyone. Ron and Dave from the Elvis Channel.
Yep.
And we got a good one here for you. Of course, they're all good. This is Elvis Heartbreak Hotel. It's 1970, I believe. And I wanted to tell a story about how I got into Elvis.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted David to be here because
Yeah.
he's never heard this story. And I'll make it quick. My dad came home from work. He worked night shift. And he said, hey, and he was talking to my mother.
Mm-hmm.
He said, hey, we got to watch this Ed Sullivan show next week. And she said, why? He said, well, some guy on there said he's seen this kid and singing, and he was just wiggling all over the stage. And
Wiggling.
That's what he called it, wiggling.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, he said he was shaking his legs and said he was like crazy. And she said, yeah, sure. And he said, no, we got to watch it for sure. And long story short, I think it was on Sunday nights. And so we were all waiting, and I said, I got to see this too. I think at the time I might have been 7, 8 years old.
Oh, wow, young.
Yeah, I might have been 8, but I'll never forget it. And a lot of people said at the time, that it was vulgar and they wasn't going to watch this. But everyone at his work, and there was a lot of people that worked there, said they were going to watch this. That's all they talked about. And I guess they'd seen Elvis on one of the other shows before Ed Sullivan, Milton Berle or something, who knows. But anyway, we watched it and waited for him, and he sung Hound Dog.
Mm-hmm.
And I can still see my mother laughing. She laughed through that whole song, and my dad just shaking his head. This is good stuff, And ever since then, anything that came on, now he did 3 shows with Ed Sullivan.
Okay.
And he sung quite a few songs. Love Me, Peace in the Valley, Hound Dog, Don't Be Cruel. Many songs he sung over the course of 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, anytime we seen something of Elvis, we would always watch him as a family. And we seen the movie Love Me Tender, and we all watched that. And we all said the same thing. There's just not enough Elvis in the movie.
Yeah.
He needed to be in there a little bit more. But anyway, that's the story, and I figured I'd share that.
That's very cool.
Yeah,
That's very cool. Watching as a family, and your parents enjoyed it? They liked it?
Yeah, they just loved it.
They didn't think it was too vulgar or anything like that?
No, they never
Good.
mentioned that one time. They just laughed
That's
about
awesome.
it because they couldn't believe anyone was shaking. Now, you have to remember, back then, all they watched was Grand Ole Opry, these old-time country singers, and they
Yeah.
would just stand there
Yeah.
and sing their song. And
No dancing.
No, there was
No
none of
wiggling.
that. No wiggling. No. But when they said wiggling all over the stage, I'll never forget that. And the reason I remember it's because he told everyone in the building. Well, it just so happens they all watched it too, all except one family didn't watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, they said, I ain't watching any of that stuff. But
I'm sure there was a lot of people that felt that same way.
Yeah.
It was different at the time, like you
Yeah.
said. So.
yeah. So anyway, this is when this song came out, Heartbreak Hotel. I loved it immediately, but I loved the other side more of that 45. It was called I Was the One.
Mm-hmm.
And I really liked that much better than Heartbreak Hotel. But this version here, it is really good.
Yep.
James Burton's guitar on this is awesome. So, hey, let's watch it. I've talked enough.
Let's do it.
When I first started in this business, I was a little bitty guy, little shaky leg, and all that. So Ed Sullivan saw me and said, son of a bitch. So anyway, they put me on TV and they filmed me from the waist up. I'm going. Anyway, MGM is doing a movie here called Elvis Loses His Excess. shakes his excess off or whatever it is, man. So don't let these cameras throw you. Give me an E or a G or an F or a D. I'll B fat minor plus 1. I don't know what I'm talking about. If you milk this thing long enough, you know. Put this in front of you, Ronnie, okay? Well, since my baby left me, I found a new place to dwell. It's down at the end of a lonely street at Heartbreak Hotel, where you will be. You'll be so lonely, baby. Well, you'll be lonely. You'll be so lonely you could die. Well, although it's always crowded, you still can find some room for broken-hearted lovers to cry there in the gloom and be so. But it's so lonely, baby. They're so lonely. Well, they're so lonely they could die. Play it, Jane. Baby leave, you gotta tell the tale and just take a walk down lonely street to Heartbreak Hotel, where you will be. You'll be so lonely, baby. You'll be lonely. You'll be so lonely you could die. That's all.
Love that version.
Yeah, it's a good version.
Might be my favorite version.
Yeah.
Very rock and roll. I mean, the original was as well, but
It's
all
kinda,
the instruments.
kind of bluesy or something.
Yeah,
there.
very bluesy. He sang it casually, but it
Yeah.
worked perfectly for that style.
Yeah.
Man, and that guitar, you're not lying.
James Burton.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on it.
Yeah, he is. And it's not the exact solo from the original. He kind of does a couple different riffs in there and I think it makes it even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. One of my favorite Elvis songs.
Just to mention, I wish him well, James Burton. He's in the hospital right now. I don't know what's wrong with him, but I know he was in the hospital. I hope he's out now.
Oh, yeah.
So we all wish him well.
Yes, we do.
And thank you for watching.
Yeah, appreciate it. Hit that like button. Smash that like button for us. Thank you.